I'm scrolling through my credit card statement at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday, and I see it again. $9.99 to Netflix, $14.99 to Spotify Premium, $6.99 to iCloud Storage, $12.99 to Disney Plus, $11.99 to that meditation app I used twice in January, $19.99 to the gym I haven't visited in 3 months, $4.99 to Hulu, $8.99 to that productivity app that was supposed to change my life. I keep scrolling. There's more. $15.99 to Amazon Prime, $7.99 to Apple Music that I forgot I had because I also have Spotify, $9.99 to that meal kit service I keep meaning to cancel, $14.99 to the cloud gaming platform, $5.99 to extra Dropbox storage, $12.99 to YouTube Premium. I added up. $178.87 every single month, automatically, without me even thinking about it. That's $2,146.44 a year, leaving my account, for services I barely use, for apps I forgot existed, for memberships to places I never go. And here's what makes my stomach turn. Last month, I told myself I couldn't afford to put an extra $150 into my savings account. I said I was living paycheck to paycheck. I said I was doing my best. But I was spending $178.87 on subscriptions I didn't even remember having. This is the subscription trap. And it's not about the lattes or the avocado toast. It's about the invisible monthly charges that bleed you dry while you sleep. It's about companies that designed a system where saying yes is one click and canceling requires a PhD and a phone call. It's about you being too busy, too tired, too overwhelmed to notice that you're paying for the same thing 3 different ways. My name is Sam, and I spend way too much time studying the psychology of how companies separate you from your money without you noticing. Please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because today we're going to expose how the subscription economy is designed to make you broke. We're going to talk about the dark patterns that make canceling impossible, the math of how $10 a month becomes $12,000 over 10 years, and why you're probably paying for the same service multiple times without realizing it. Here's the thing about subscriptions. They're designed to be invisible. They're designed to be just $9.99. They're designed to make you feel like canceling is harder than just letting it ride. And it works. The average American has 12 paid subscriptions. Most people can only name 7 of them. That means you're paying for 5 services right now that you forgot exist. The subscription model isn't about providing you value. It's about providing companies guaranteed revenue. It's about making the pain of paying so small and so automatic that you never feel it, until you look at your annual spending and realize you just gave away $2,000 for things you don't use. Let's do the math on what subscriptions actually cost you. Not just the monthly charge, the real cost. You sign up for a streaming service for $12.99 a month. Seems reasonable. That's less than 2 coffees. But here's what they don't tell you. Over 1 year, that's $155.88. Over 5 years, that's $779.40. Over 10 years, that's $1,558.80. But it gets worse. If instead of spending that $12.99 a month on streaming, you invested it at 8% returns, after 10 years, you'd have $2,373. After 20 years, you'd have $7,160. After 30 years, you'd have $17,838. That $12.99 subscription doesn't cost you $12.99. It costs you $17,838 in future wealth. And you have 12 of these. Let me be clear. I'm not saying never have subscriptions. I'm saying understand what they actually cost. That gym membership you don't use isn't $40 a month. It's $57,600 in retirement money over 30 years. That meditation app you open twice isn't $10 a month. It's $14,400 in future wealth. Every subscription is a choice. Are you choosing the service, or are you choosing because you forgot to cancel? Now, let's talk about why you have subscriptions you don't use, because it's not an accident. It's design. Companies make signing up one click. They make canceling a maze. You want to cancel your gym membership? You can't do it online. You have to call during business hours. You have to talk to someone whose job is to convince you to stay. You have to feel guilty about wasting their time. You want to cancel that software subscription? First, you have to remember which email you signed up for. Then you have to log in. Then you have to find the cancellation option buried in settings. Then you have to click through 3 "Are you sure" screens. Then you have to fill out a survey about why you're leaving. Then you get an email offering you 50% off to stay. It's exhausting, so you don't do it. You tell yourself you'll cancel next month. Next month becomes next year. Next year becomes never. This is called a dark pattern. It's deliberate design meant to confuse and frustrate you into staying, and it's legal, and it's everywhere. Here's where it gets really insane. You're probably paying for the same service multiple times without knowing it. You have Spotify Premium, but you also have Apple Music because it came with your phone plan and you forgot to turn off auto renew. You're paying for both. You only use one. You have Netflix, but you also have Hulu and Disney Plus and HBO Max and Paramount Plus and Peacock. You're spending $80 a month on streaming services. You watch 2 shows. You could have just bought those shows outright for $30 total. You have iCloud storage, but you also have Google Drive storage and Dropbox. You're paying 3 companies to store the same photos. You have a gym membership, but you also have a Peloton subscription and a yoga app subscription. You're paying 3 different companies for fitness. You work out twice a month. This isn't stupidity. This is what happens when companies make it easier to add than to subtract. This is what happens when you're busy and overwhelmed and just trying to get through the day.
Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to look at your bank statements from the last 3 months. I want you to write down every single subscription charge, every streaming service, every app, every membership, every premium version, every cloud storage, every automatic renewal. Add them up. Multiply by 12. That's what you're spending per year. For most people, it's between $1,500 and $3,000. Some people hit $5,000. I've seen people spending $8,000 a year on subscriptions they barely use. Now ask yourself, if someone handed you $2,000 cash and said you can either keep this or spend it on these 12 apps, would you choose the apps? No, you wouldn't. Nobody would. But when it's invisible, when it's automatic, when it's just $9.99 at a time, you do it without thinking. Let's talk about what you're actually trading, because it's not just money, it's freedom. That $2,000 a year in subscriptions, that's an extra mortgage payment. That's a vacation. That's an emergency fund. That's investing for retirement. That's paying off debt. That's having breathing room. Instead, it's going to companies that are literally banking on you forgetting they exist. You're funding their growth, you're funding their profits, and you're getting nothing in return except a charge you don't notice. Every dollar you spend on a subscription you don't use is a dollar that can't compound, can't grow, can't work for you. It's dead money, and you're giving it away 12 times a year for the privilege of not having to click cancel. Here's what I did, and here's what I want you to do. I set 1 hour on my calendar, 1 single hour. I called it Subscription Purge Day. I went through every single one. I asked myself one question: have I used this in the last 30 days? If the answer was no, I canceled it right then. No, I'll use it next month. No, I might need it someday. If I didn't use it in the last 30 days, it's gone. I canceled 9 subscriptions in that 1 hour. That saved me $847.16 per year. In 1 hour of work, I gave myself an $847 raise. That's $847 an hour. Show me another job that pays that much. And here's the thing. I didn't miss a single one, not one, because I wasn't using them anyway. Now, once every 3 months, I do a subscription check. Takes 15 minutes. I look at my statements. If something is there that I'm not actively using, it's gone. You need to do the same right now, today. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Go through your statements, make a list, cancel everything you're not using weekly, not monthly, weekly. If you're not using it every single week, you don't need a subscription to it. You can pay per use when you actually need it. Here's what subscription companies don't want you to know. Their entire business model depends on you forgetting. They don't make money from people who use their service and love it. They make money from people who forget they're paying. 84% of people underestimate how much they spend on subscriptions. The average person thinks they spend $80 a month. They actually spend $219 a month. That gap, that's where these companies profit. You are not a customer to them. You are a revenue stream. You are a number on a spreadsheet that says retention rate. And as long as you forget to cancel, you're profitable. Stop being profitable to companies that aren't providing you value. Every subscription should earn its place in your budget every single month, not by existing, by being used, by being valuable, by being something you would actively choose to spend money on if you were starting from zero today. If you wouldn't sign up for it today, cancel it today. Your money is your freedom. Stop giving it away to companies that bet on you being too busy to notice. Stop funding their profits with your forgetfulness. Take back your $2,000 a year. Invest it, save it, pay off debt, build an emergency fund. Do literally anything with it except give it to a meditation app you use twice. If this video made you check your subscriptions, please hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who needs to do the same. Help them see how much they're losing to services they forgot existed. Because the world doesn't need more people funding subscription companies' profits. The world needs more people who know exactly where every dollar is going and why. You deserve better than paying for things you don't use. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.